You have seen them everywhere. You cannot escape them. They are in your dreams. They are mascots of companies, and they are becoming the new standard for streaming and advertisements. In this video, I'm going to discuss how VTubing is the next big thing for streaming, despite it already having been tried and true for several years now. If you would like to contribute to the discussion, feel free to leave a comment down below whether you agree with me or not. Or you can message me on my social media and take the conversation off-site. Links are in the description for your convenience. And please be mindful that this is merely an opinion piece. I'm not talking from a position of expertise, but rather from a position of a VTuber predicting the future. I could be totally wrong about everything I'm saying, but this is what I feel might be the case as we tread further into the ocean of the unknown. But let's get right into it. In the last video I uploaded on why I became a VTuber, I made sure to mention how I previously handled content. To put it shortly, I was faceless and let my voice and gameplay do all of the work. When I moved onto doing facecam, it was incredibly brief and felt almost out of place for me to do. If I'm being honest, I was on facecam for other streams more often than I was on my own. I worked on myself in order to get to where I'm at now. I became a VTuber. Be sure to check that video out if you want to know why I turned to VTubing. The link for that video will also be posted down below. Now, you might still be asking, how does VTubing come into play, and how is it going to be the new standard? I'm not going to make an argument for it outright replacing content created in the real world. There are some exceptions to this, as we have seen popular VTubers bleed into society. All of your favorite content creators, from Markiplier to Tyler1 and beyond, will all still be there. But the faceless individuals will have to fight for relevancy in this ever-growing and diverse content creation atmosphere. This does not mean you cannot make it big without a face, but you're going to need something that makes you stick out when compared to everyone else. As previously mentioned, I let my voice and gameplay do all of the work for me. Did it get me somewhere? Kind of, but not really. I stressed importance on going live and streaming long hours to an audience of few over an immeasurable amount of time. I did not take the steps necessary to make true transformative content that could be watched time and time again. Too many people fall victim to the grind mentality, streaming for unreal amounts of hours for little to no return. This is commonplace with a vast majority of streamers in general, and of course it must be said now before someone types it. Yes, there are exceptions to the rules, but this can be attributed to literally anyone and everyone. Don't strive to become the exception, strive to become the new rule. Meet the moist man himself, Charlie, aka Critical, aka Penguins Zero. For over 14 years, Critical has been making content, but it took him 10 years to even show his face. Throughout those 10 years prior, Critical was making something worth watching the entire time. Whether it be obscure shitty games with entertaining commentary or commercials redubbed for humor, Critical had found his formula to success. Over the years, I've seen plenty of faceless content creators fail to hit even a fraction of that fame. So again, how does VTubing replace the lack of a face? Simple. The face becomes embedded into the minds of those that watch, and even more so if the streamer themselves give you a reason to come back for more. At bare minimum, a PNG or logo these days is all it takes to give a face to that content creator. And whether you want to admit it or not, that face can make even the slightest bit of difference for content. As much as I loathe to agree with it, had I been doing VTubing or using my webcam more for my content, it would have gotten significantly more traction. But I digress. This is what VTubing has become, the new bare minimum for content creation. But hear me out. VTubing is breaking the imposed glass ceiling we are all standing under. and soaring into the heavens above and beyond our wildest imagination. VTubing is also becoming more accessible than ever before, so anyone could be a VTuber at this point. Sure, you can say that when everyone is a VTuber, nobody will be special. And you might be right to a certain extent, but this all falls back onto what I was speaking about previously: finding a formula. Let's be honest with ourselves. Anyone can pick up a game, press the go live button on some software, and live stream. But not everyone can even master the medium, which is proven by the countless masses that fail to get traction of any kind on Twitch. I would know this firsthand. I'm a byproduct of someone sold on the promises of riches and fame by just going live and playing video games for hours on end. I did not have a teacher, a mentor, or anyone looking after me other than yes men that walked into my life and cheered me on. And to nobody's surprise, those yes men came and went, only to just continue gassing others up into false pretenses. But I don't want to blame anyone entirely for my own lack of foresight. I'm just as guilty, if not more, for not having figured out how to play this social media game. Now that I know the rules, you can bet that I'm going to be playing a lot differently now. I have now changed my entire perspective on content creation since the day I've started. Every little thing I do differently is an experiment in some way. Whether it be playing an entirely different game I'm not used to, or eating the infamous one chip and reacting to it, I try and spice things up for everyone involved. Pun not intended. But I've prattled on and on about myself for long enough. How about some closing thoughts instead? Whether you like it or not, VTubers will become more mainstream in the coming of days for both small and large-scale performances. Although I said VTubing is the new bare minimum you should be implementing, you can go much further beyond as the medium is only getting more creative as time goes by. And that's a wrap on this video. If you've gotten this far into the video, I want to thank you for coming to my TED Talk. In the event you want to hear me ramble incoherently, subscribe to the channel, follow my Twitch, and hit me up on my social media for some of that good shit. Also, join my Discord. Links are in the description for your convenience. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Bye bye for now.